Hey everyone, today is a fun project where everyone of all ages can participate. We are going to do mixed media. I'm going to be creating my masterpiece on Canvas. If you have paper, poster board, use whatever you have. I'm using, I've clipped out words from a newspaper. I'm using Mod Podge. If you don't have Mod Podge, you can just mix glue and water. So it's 1 part glue with 1 part water. And I'll walk you through everything, but really you just want to get all kinds of items that maybe you would consider junk, and you're going to make them into art. So just random things you have around the house. It could be pipe cleaners, yarn or string, like I said, newspaper clippings. And if you have paper that's printed where you can cut that and use it, you're going to need a paintbrush. And then anything else you want, markers, crayons, and let's go have some fun. Okay, I'm excited about this project because everyone of all ages can do it, and it's fun. Just take things lying around the house that maybe you didn't know what to do with or thought was junk and make art out of it. So I'm going to be working on canvas, and I'm first going to paint part of my canvas. So I'm gonna do some colors on a diagonal. I'm using a thin coat of paint because I want it to dry fast. And I'm not even going to wash my brush, and I'm going to go right into this color here. We're going to be layering all kinds of things on top of this background. And you can watch this video in its entirety if you want, to give you ideas, and then do your project. Because you could really place and paint and do anything you want on a mixed media project. I didn't wash my brush between colors for the sake of time, because I'm just wiping it off real quick, because I want to get right into the fun decorating stuff. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier in the intro, we're using Mod Podge. I know this is going to be backwards because of my camera, but if you don't have Mod Podge, then just take some Elmer's glue, liquid glue, and you pour an equal amount into a cup of glue and an equal amount of water and mix it up. And then you have, essentially, you have Mod Podge. So that'll work too. Okay, so we got that going on there. You place this brush in the water and wash it, because we are going to need the same brush for our Mod Podge. Okay, and I went to the newspaper, and I wanted this to be something that I keep and remember this time in my life. So I cut out words because I know that we can, in our mind, choose our emotions and how we want to look at the situation. And I want to look at everything in a positive light. And so I chose words to remind me of that. Make the most of it. This one says, we can, stepping up, remember my blessings, coping with uncertainties, and then home, because we're all at home, right? So I chose these words for me because they were symbolic. And So I have those ready to go. So you might want to get a newspaper. Then I had some scrapbooking paper, and scrapbooking paper has different prints on it. So I took some with grass, and I'm just gonna rip them up into different size pieces. Okay, so I'm just ripping up some paper, and that's where I said if you happen to have printed paper of some kind, you can rip it up. If you don't, then just don't do this step. You can do something else with your art. So I'm going to put some of this Mod Podge on my plate. And on this side, I'm going to paint it. It's clear. It's going to make everything stick. It's clear. I'm going to paint this right here in the corner. And then I'm just going to start placing some of these on top. And anything that sticks off later, I can just cut it off if I want to. This is going to dry clear, so you don't have to worry about this color on top. I'm just kind of going to put some grass right here. So you put a layer down first, and then you paint on top to make it stay. You know what? I don't think I painted underneath here. I didn't. So I'm just going to lift it up and get this under there. There we go. And now it'll stay. And I'm going to keep doing that. With my grass. I put the grass on here because today is a beautiful day outside, and I wanted to remind myself that I don't have to stay in the house all the time. I can go outside, I can walk around and enjoy the sun and the beautiful day that we have today. Like I said, I can just cut that off later if I want to. Right there. Okay. And then I have this pretty paper with roses, so I'm going to rip some of these up. And I'm going to put these over there too, kind of on, I'm going to kind of layer it. And with this kind of art, you just kind of follow your intuition where you feel like you take a look at it and go, I feel like I want to put something right here, and then just do it. Okay, so I got my roses, and now I actually ran out of Mod Podge. I'll put a little bit more. And I want to scatter around my words. So I'm going to make the most of it right at the top here because I really like this saying. Make the most of it. Okay. And then I'm going to put stepping up right here. Put home right here. Blessings. My paint's still a little wet, so, but that's okay. I like what it's doing. It's kind of adding to it when it comes off like that. I'm gonna put we can right here. It ripped a little, but I'm gonna try and glue it back together. We can. And then I'll put coping with uncertain times here. I am already loving this because it is a very happy, uplifting piece of art. And now we're going to make it three-dimensional. So what I did was I cut some string, okay? And again, we're going to need our Mod Podge. I'm going to make like a curved line for this one where I want it. And then I'm going to try and place my string here where I want this to stay. And we're going to put more on it in a second. Okay. You have to put a good amount on here for the string not to move. And again, like I said, if you have pipe cleaners, string, whatever you have. Okay, that's my first one. And then I wanted to put some coming out of the bottom here. Ooh, stuck to my fingers. I think I want it to have a little bit of movement to it. Okay, I'm gonna put one here. think that's all I want for the string, actually. I cut more, but that feels right to me. So I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. Now I have some flowers that I happen to have, these paper flowers. And, whoops. So with my paper flowers, I'm just going to pick some colors. And decide where I want them. I'm not going to put this on top. I'm just going to put it where I want to stick them. Okay. Go orange and pink on this one. And then I think at the top, I want to go white. Yes. So up here, I'm going to put a big white one. And then put this little purple one in the middle. It's coming along. Okay. Now I happen to have these fun sticky jewels, so I'm going to use some of them, but like I said, you're going to have to get creative with whatever you have lying around the house too. I just like to collect anything crafty, so I have lots of things sitting around. I just noticed that this word wasn't down good enough, so you may need to go back over it a little bit to make sure everything stays down. And then I really liked the flowers, so I'm going to add some that maybe aren't. I'm going to do 3 that are not on yarn. 1, 2, and 3. And then on those, let's see if I have any little flowers. Yellow. Cute little orange. And I have other colored jewels. And these are already sticky. So that's it. This is mixed media. You can use whatever you have lying around and make something that means it's meaningful to you. I'll take a picture of it because you'll see after it dries that all of the, and it's already starting to dry, all of the Mod Podge will dry clear. And then you have your masterpiece. I'm sorry that all my words are backwards to you. but with my Android phone, it doesn't let me flip it around. So have fun with this today, or maybe this is something now that you've watched the video that you do over the weekend, and I'd love to see your work. Have a great day, guys. Bye.